Aloha. Yeah. This is Skye. I'm live in the Rainbow Room. All right. So I was running a little late. I try to figure it out because guess what? I'm on Facebook Live and I'm on YouTube Live. Hey. All right. So if I don't look at both of you at the same time, you know why. So I'm doing my first Facebook Live for Feminist News Network. Hey, all right, let's celebrate. Hey, hey. Okay, we got Bubba in the house. Hey, Bubba, say hi. Ruff, ruff. You heard him. And you can hear his leash dingling around. And there. Okay. And yeah, okay, there you go. And so I'm Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Nobody's here, but that's all right. I'm an hour late, I'm gonna I was doing for an hour. I had somebody to stop by and I was talking with someone that had a rare form of stomach cancer, where the cancer is on the outside of their stomach. And of course, there's one great guy that's here in town everybody goes to for cancer treatment. And that's the doctor he was seeing. I believe it's Dr. Chung. And we were talking, and I told him to ask his doctor to look into NIH for him. He didn't even know what NIH was. Can you believe that? National Institute of Health. I'm like, this is where your presidents and your doctors, Senator Inouye, Mark Takai, they all went to NIH. So, yeah, I had to let him know. And we got involved, got talking. So it put me behind on trying to do my setup. As such as you know, I'm a one-man show. All right. And so I got some topics that I picked out to discuss. And I'm going to start with the first one because even if you're not here or I don't have a lot of visitors, that's okay because I'm still giving out that soulful news you need to use, and I'll cut it up and use it as vlogs. All right. All right. So the first issue that I want to talk about today is Black History Month. All right. Yeah. Let's hear it for yeah, I'm going to get out the party whistle because it's Friday. Yeah. All right. Do, do, do. It is Black History Month, and you better recognize. All right. So what we're going to learn about today is I go to change.org, and it seems like Anthony Beckford is trying to pass that Black History Bill. Yeah. And he's got an update on what's going on with that bill. Look what it says. Oh, my God. Let me read you that. Racism and sellouts. There is a self-hating senator and self-hating assembly member that are trying to get a watered-down education bill which will continue to rob our children of learning their history. You know they need that Black History bill because they're not teaching the truth in there. It's all based off all those people down in Texas, those Southern Baptists that, I never heard of such religious, racist people in my life. It's like, what kind of God do you worship, really? You know what I'm saying? But it says about the watered down bill, which will continue to rob our children of learning their history. Please continue to share the petition so that we can get over 5,000 signatures. Together, we can make a difference. Read full update. I go to change.org. There's always a good cause out there that you can sign. And, that's how you do activism in a small way. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do activism in a small way. You're not, you're not out there protesting. I like to protest, but if you don't, you can just go to change.org and hit no, I don't want a Varos being Harriet Tubman. Hello. You know what I'm saying? You can hit it and go tap. No, I do not want a border wall. Tap. That's a way of doing activism. So it says racism sells out, and the article is from Anthony Beckford, of course. That's what I said, in Brooklyn, done today. And together we can make a difference. Oh, look. Thanks to your support, the petition has a chance of winning because they only need 420. All right. 420 signatures more to reach their goal. All right. So, I'm going to have to take this next step. And then they got one for keep fighting people power about CEOs. And then, I like doing my little bit by signing these petitions. They're good to have. And it keeps you aware of issues that are out there. And in the Black community, we need to look out for Black history. You know what? They're wrong for this. They're wrong for this. That they got all these men. And look, Ray Charles in the front. That he's a beautiful man, but then he mistreat women and was off on heroin. So, I don't know. And you got a whole lot of these, but they do need to learn Black history and apparently Black herstory. Yeah. So I thought I would show you this, and so this bill is in the New York State Senate. Black history law. History law. Yeah. All right. That wasn't a Freudian slip either. Now, that is good to that is really good that they have those, and they should have more bills like this bill. They should have more. I'm going to show you this. Are you seeing it? I'm going to show you too. All right. Yeah, they should have more of the. Yeah, they needed women in that. Okay. They need more of these Black history bills throughout America, and I'm not understanding why this New York bill isn't catching like wildfire. And when the GOP wants to pass something through the states, they set it on fire. They run it all through. It's made into a resolution and a bill as soon as they do something. But when the so-called Dems or liberals want to pass a bill, oh, I see somebody's on there. I'm talking about Black History Month, and oh, there we go. But will you act right? I'm talking about Black History Month and the bill that they're trying to pass in New York to allow Black history educational bill. And so they're only 420 short of their petition. It's on change.org if you want to sign it. And I was talking about how it's good to have activism with change.org. You can be active that way and be an activist and give back without, protesting or breaking a sweat. You know what I'm saying? So we need stuff like this to catch fire in all states, not just wait and sit back and see what New York is going to do. And that's what I was talking about. When the GOP wants something to catch fire, they set off bills in every state until a few of them grabs. Why aren't we doing that? And when we have this Black History bill going on in New York, we should also have it going on in California. It should be up in their state's Senate up there in Sacramento, which should be in Dallas. It should be in Arkansas. They should be trying Missouri. They got a lot of Black representation in Detroit. They should set it afire everywhere. Florida, you know. And now that everybody can vote, put it up for a referendum where everybody can vote and decide if they want Black history added to their education. Because what they have now is just based upon those people in Texas. And they're Southern Baptists, and they're even leaving the Puritans out of history, and those are the ones that came over before the English settlers. So whatever, the history is not being told. This is why we're lagging behind in education, behind Uruguay and countries that we should be way ahead of. Let's put it like that. And so that was the first topic that I was going to talk about, is the change petition and the signing of that for the Black History bill that's going up in the New York Senate, State Senate. And so my second topic is AOC and the Green New Deal. She and Maggie went ahead and went forward with the bill. Now, it seems like Pelosi, as she usually does, is giving stink on this new measure. And it will take her backing to get it to pass, or it'll just be one of those bills like here in Hawaii, we got the Kaka bill, to get like a reparations for all Native Hawaiians. And what I say is, find me some 100% Hawaiians, because it's mixed more than me. You know what I'm saying? And they need to go ahead and get it passed. They need these green jobs in this Green New Deal. And Pelosi is just playing games because she's funded and backed by Geo Group. She's funded and backed by Exxon and Sunco and British Petroleum, and even is excited about Venezuela because she can dab into Citgo. And have you noticed that the sanctions just does not hit Venezuela? I'm straying off, but let me. So have you noticed those sanctions in Venezuela has hit home? Hold on, where is? Do I have it down here? Yeah, I do. Citgo oil. Citgo oil. They're taking it out of the stores. It's on sale. Do you see the price of this? $2.99 I got this for. This is your better oil. This is the oil I can't afford, that since even at Walmart it's more expensive. You see what I'm saying? And now they're discontinuing it. So don't think that this is a Indy 500 winning oil. This is a Trans Am winning oil. This is the oil that Tom Petty backed and did ads for. This ain't junk oil. This comes out of the best reserves out of Venezuela that they want to take. Yes, believe that. because this is some good oil. It helps my engine. And what's the regular price on that's about $6-7. Because this is the grocery store. You know, the grocery store sells everything 5 times more than Walmart or Target or even or even or even some of the other stuff, like AutoZone and them. This is expensive at AutoZone, and if you know motor oil, you know this. So the thing is sanctions is not affecting the working class in Venezuela, but it's also affecting the working class and the well-to-do in America. Because without sicko oil, what they got to depend upon, the more fabricated oils of what Quaker State, Pensacola. It's don't think these sanctions ain't affecting everybody. See, they're getting at them. It's going on sale, which is a plus for me, but in another month, this will be gone. This will be gone out of all the stores over here. So I wanted y'all to know. See, people ain't paying attention. It's the little things that let you know what's really going on. But see, everybody's caught up in their day-to-day. Everybody has that cell phone. Everybody has that internet. And I watched a couple of Killer Mike's episodes on Netflix. Did y'all check that out? Oh, my God, you got to check it out. Oh, my God, that school of his. Oh, wow. But they learned. What can I say? Yeah, he had some radical ideas, but basically, you know, it spoke truth to a whole lot of power. People are online for entertainment and more than to learn, you know. And if you're on here because you want to be entertained, no, I ain't here to do that. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to motivate and initiate the conversation to bring people awareness and to get woke about certain topics and issues that are not mentioned on your male establishment media that's out there just, you know, basically hating on everybody and on everything. Say it like it is, you know, and you got one that does UFOs, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I did one on twerking, a video on the City Girls, yeah. Now, what I said was, is that booty shaking empowerment? Or was it misogynistic? Or was it just a bunch of clowning? The first one and the last one. Yeah, it was empowering because it was all women. And I mainly feel it was an all women video, like I said in the video, if you check it out. They mainly did it for your girl who was in jail, and to be able to show that video even with that look, it can't look sexual. And if they had a bunch of men in it, they probably wouldn't allow that video to be shown in jail for JT and her girls in there who is in jail for fraud. So they did it probably all girls for that. Plus it was empowering. They brought other women from around America and flew with me in on Flu Airlines. And the one that won was fully dressed, long sleeves, and wore tennis shoes. It wasn't the hoochie mama you would think. You know, it was a Jamaican dance hall queen. So she really had everything together, because I never seen a thick girl working like that. I gotta tell you, it just blew me away. If you get a chance, check out that video twerk. I'm gonna tell you, because Carly B and that little clown Circus Olay makeup they had on, that was whatever. But when I saw that ending, and the whole video, I was like, okay, 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 okay. Everybody gets crunk today. But then I saw the end, and I saw that big girl, and I'm like, what's she doing? She was smoking on a J upside down, standing on her head. Oh man. And then she got on top of her head, spent around, and then bam, fell down. I was like, okay, give it to her. And then come to find out, she was the one that won. I really enjoyed that. It tickled me to death. And yeah, I mentioned in that video a job I used to have. So watch that video. All right. Now, so let me move back to the other topic of AOC and her Green New Deal. And yeah, Pelosi most definitely is going to block that. She is paid to block that, and we know that she is the biggest fundraiser on the Hill, may it be Dem or GOP. So if you've seen some of the 16-minute interviews and documentaries in regards to how it's like to be in Congress now, these are videos that I've seen as far back as 2004. But, it's basically a whole lot of calling on the telephone, and they have this area or section that they go to. I forget which building, if it's in the heart or the Russell building, but they go down there, and it's a little basement area, and it's real nice and set up for them, and they just make phone calls all day long. That's why AOC busted the corporations on beginning day, because see, these corporations are telling them they expect them to sit in that room and make their calls. No, don't be in your office helping your constituency. We want you to call Ralph. We want you to call Barbara. We want you to call the new Bessie DeVosses and stuff that are out there that are just waiting to get their money so they can jump in that revolving door when it comes time to open up cabinets and positions. I don't think AOC is going to do that, but she is kind of not educated on Venezuela, and I hope somebody does educate her on that. She really needs to turn around her position, because when I did, and I recorded it, I need to do another video on it. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, but she called Maduro authoritative leader. I went, whoa, you were doing so well. And when she said we're going to prepare a response, I'm waiting for that response on Venezuela from her to come out, because I'm quite sure there's quite a few South Americans and Venezuelans and Colombians that are in her borough of New York that she represents. So she needs to come out and talk about that. And yeah, that's, girl, but I think, unlike if it was Kamala Harris is probably for it. I haven't heard her mention anything, but you could pretty much guess her position, Cory Booker's position. Liz already said she's for that position, and I know Bernie isn't for that, and if he is, he shouldn't be. But yeah, the sanctions only hurt the poor. And it was hilarious to see on RT, Lee Camp, how he was making fun of CNN. They were showing the protesters, and the protesters are like wearing like Ray-Bans and Gucci sunglasses and had a whole lot of gold on, and the opposition it's like an elitist group of people. You know, they're all mall goers. They're the people that are weathering these sanctions. And a lot of them had like, you know, man boobs and beer bellies. And, you know, they don't look nothing like the Maduro crowd, which is the 80% that doesn't even know the guy that is claiming office, you know. And they're trying to make it look like a coup, and had these little kids, and the kids were digging. It's like they picked 5 kids and said, dig through this garbage and make it look bad. You know, there's more than 5 children in Venezuela, and the real slums do not look like some sunny viaduct under a bridge. Okay? See, what he didn't show you is if you look far in the background, you saw a really nice park up there. You know, there are attempts at trying to create a fake chaos that isn't in regards to that, because what Venezuela really did was like all the let's see, let's go down the list. It started with Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq, Kuwait, Libya, now Iran, and they all fell off of the US dollar and wanted to switch over to EU in order to want to deal with China, and China is becoming a formidable exchange and exporter of goods and services. And instead of using the U.S. middleman, they are bypassing, as well as we know through old 90 movies like Blood Diamonds, yeah, with Caprio. We know that they have a lot of rich resources in Venezuela that they're not talking about on the news, like gold and diamonds and rubies and rare minerals that China is trying to get their hands on and is already down there working on it. This is why China is backing Venezuela. All right. And Russia is willing to export their oil. So this is why America is upset. This is why America is going through it, because they are noticing and they see what is happening. They're getting left out. And they're going to do the same thing like they wanted to do. Now, with the 5,000 troops that was written on that Bolton yellow ledger sheet, is that real? Did he do that so you can see it? So it can seem like a threat? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So I'm going to move on to my next topic. Oh, let me show you a little something that I'm doing over here in Hawaii. I'm going to come out with the latest, greatest thing that Hawaii is not doing. What does that look like? Oh, it's upside down. What does that look like? That's going to be a cover for the back of a car. And what will that information have in there? Emergency medical information that you put on the back seat of your car. And that should help a lot of disabled people and a lot of seniors to be able to, get the emergency medical information they need to someone in case they have a car wreck and they have an EMS in an emergency, or if somebody is trying to rescue and help, they see that emergency medical information on the back of the car seat, they can grab it and and use it and say, hold on, wait a minute, he's allergic, hold on, wait a minute, he's diabetic, hold on, wait a minute, this might be this or that. Oh, that's Bubba. Hey, Bubba. Um, so, yeah, I'm going to make these back seat covers, and hopefully it will help Hawaii and help save lives, because, that's what it's really all about. I may not make a dime or a dollar before somebody steals my idea, but at least I'll be able to help somebody to do this. All right. So now let me go on to the next topic. The next topic is, I believe, in regards to Black History Month and the Black History Bill. What other bills? What is the concerns for Black Americans right now? Now, the agenda with the NAACP for 2019 is the up and coming census. And they want to work on the gerrymandering and the voting rigging by being able to tell people it's okay. Now, Trump has scared a lot of people by saying that there was going to be an immigration question on this coming 2020 census. But the courts ruled it out. So now we got to educate and let people know that there will not be a census citizenship question on the census. So don't fear the census. Do the census. Oh, hi, Jeraboo. Whoop, whoop. And so, yeah. So we can't fear the census because we got to educate and let people know there's no citizenship question that's going to be. It got ruled out because it seems like Trump will tweet out something or say something and everybody will think it's law all of a sudden. No, he's just tweeting out stuff, being a fool like he always is. So the agenda for the NAACP is to make sure we get a lot of people doing the census, because like Stacey Abrams said in that Day of Healing vlog that I did, she said in regards to the census, the three people they attack most are children, women, and seniors. So these are the numbers we need to get up. And there's a lot of immigrant women that are afraid of the census because of their children. So then you got two groups that aren't being counted at all. And these are the women that are working at the Trump hotels. You see what I'm saying? They got to get counted. They got to be able to know that if we get more numbers, we can create more in programs and increase more in funding for those programs when it comes on the federal level. And the GOP is trying hard to censor and make it hard. They used to have jobs and they would hire you and you would walk and you would ask the questions. They're getting rid of those jobs. They're going to make this census mailed to you, pick up at the library, and if you don't, it ain't going to be done. So we got to educate people and let them know how Trump is handling the census to respond against this lie that he put out about the immigration question that's not going to be on there. So if you get a chance, let people know. Let them know. And show them that, we need to count these seniors. We need to, and they're ones that aren't filling out the questionnaires because they need help, and I'm thinking maybe when 2020 comes, maybe get a force that's kind of like the Voting Right Act, people that go down south and try to initiate registration for voting. We need to initiate the registration of the census, to get people registered and signed up so we can get the numbers counted. Because in Hawaii, they tried to lower the African American community to 3%, which it's not. It's more like 13 to 20. Um, but every time they say it, they misquote it to 3. They totally knock off 10. And I think if we got the numbers and got the people that that, because there's a whole lot of mixed race here, so some want to claim the other side, but if we can get them to claim the African American, we can increase the number to what it actually looks like when you come in and you're here and you walk around, because it's a whole lot more than what one would think, over here. And it's not all military either. I am not a veteran. My mom was a veteran, whoop, whoop, but I am not a veteran. I came over here by transferring jobs, like some people do. But when I get transferred my job over here, hold on, let me stray off. We're going to talk. I know y'all want to hear this. Now, when I transferred my job over here, it was way back when, and I was making what I consider for a young female some good damn money. I was making thousands a month, and I transferred the job over here, and they hooked me up, and all good. I went and they wanted to put me on. I used to handle accounts. I was a account manager for collections. I was serious about my job, and I handled companies and corporations, and one of them was Blue Sky Jets Hawaii. So that's why I just, every time I chased them for money, I was thinking, man, I want to go to Hawaii. So I came, and I transferred job, and they put me up at a desk with a dialer and a little computer and wanted to give me $9 an hour. I cried, and then I said, screw them, I'm still going to stay here. And I did leave that job because every time even on the dialer, because you're able to, or supposedly make a commission, for every collection you do. So I was like, I'll make the best of it until I find something else and just slam some money, because I work like that. Do you know I would have things set to pay and on the computer for like the 5th, and then all of a sudden on the 4th it'll disappear? And I went to him, Richard, and I told him, what are you doing? Why are you stealing my accounts? Well, after so many days, they just sort of, they go to the house. No, 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 no. If there's a day set for a payment, and it's the only day set, this ain't the second pay or the third pay. This is my first call to them, my first time getting a promise, and the first time getting them to pay. You shouldn't move it. He was robbing people to fill his coffers. And then what I realized was a whole lot of management, a whole lot of supervising, and no matter what type of job I had, may it have been in education, business, law, they were all robbing and stealing, or financial. They were all robbing and stealing. Like I said, I'm the only person in Hawaii to have written grants for senior women at the Women's Fund and accounted for every dime. And I hold this record from 2015 on. 4 years. And haven't been doing it for a year. People robbing and stealing. Robbing and stealing. Well, that's all I got to say about that. So it's time to move on to the next one because I know you enjoyed hearing that. That was personal. All right. So, besides making this disability thing, what do I have going on in regards to activism? I created Senate Bill 767. Sorry. I'm thinking about 676, which is HR Medicaid for All, which is the federal bill. But my local Senate House bill for Hawaii is for Rare Disease Advisory Board, Senate Bill 727. And it got re-picked up this year and with a new number. And I'm trying to move that forward. And I do a rare disease health fair every year at the state senate, and I will be doing that again in March. So if you have an opportunity, contact Rare Disease Hawaii, because that's what had me running late. I said this earlier. I was helping a guy with a rare stomach cancer. That's why I was running late on my live show. Let me explain it to you because I know you want to hear it. I was helping a man that had a rare stomach cancer where the cancer is on the outside of his stomach. And to even drink water makes him throw up. And without eating, you don't have long to live. So he must be fed a feed tube every night. So, and he's not in a prison in Guantanamo. You see what I'm saying? And so, very rare form of cancer, and his feet swells every morning. So, just as I was ready to tell him to go ahead and soak his feet, put some ginger in that water, he already told me he was doing that. So, I'm glad he had picked up on that. But I also let him know the old school way. Epsom salt, yeah. Always soak those feet in Epsom salt. But it's more than likely with the cancer being on the outside of the stomach. Sometimes it excretes a certain kind of pus that runs into your body and gets into your bloodstream, which will create that swelling that he has. One must understand that in regards to rare cancers and tumors, it depends on what type of growth of the tumor it is, if it's a paraganglia or not, which means it's a floating tumor. So it'll grab the other organs. Some cancers spread in that way as a paraganglia. So I told him to tell his doctor about NIH. Did you know he did not know what NIH was? National Institute of Health. This is where your generals, your senators, and your presidents go. And I went and stayed 2.5 months to be cured by a rare cancer, pheochromocytoma. And I told him about it. He didn't know nothing about it. And I'm like, who is your doctor? He's like, Dr. Chung, who is the top cancer doctor in Hawaii. Okay, I'm going to say this one more time. Top cancer doctor in Hawaii is not telling people about the National Institute of Health. The top cancer doctor in Hawaii is not keeping up with clinical trials that his patients could be benefiting from at the National Institute of Health. I said, you better ask him about it. You better go and save your life, because dig this, when they have a protocol and you sign that Henrietta Lacks form, you know who Henrietta was. That was the cells that for some strange reason was able to multiply on their own in great numbers, where they could share the cells to create cures for polio and many, many other diseases. And she never got paid or anything for that. And they still using her cells today, as a matter of fact. And when I went to NIH, I signed this form. So if they find a cure within their protocol and they still have it going on, and due to budget cuts, I've stopped going to um, I used to have follow-ups, and when you have follow-ups, you would stay for a couple of weeks, and then it got to where I could only stay for a week, and then I can't even follow up anymore, which makes it hard for me to keep up with the protocol. But I try to do it every time I go to DC and they have Rare Disease Day at NIH. But once you sign that form, if they find a cure for your disease using your cells, they're supposed to let you know. I don't know if they name it after you, but they're supposed to let you know, and you're supposed to be acknowledged for having the cells that cured that disease. And because of the protocols up there, do you know you could get a free flight, a free place to stay? I know you're listening. A free health evaluation down to the DNA. Why is Dr. Chung, the top doctor in Hawaii, not telling his patients with rare disease about NIH? Why are they not getting that man on a free flight to NIH with a free stay at the Sapphire House so he can be cured and taken care of? Even for children, they have a Sapphire House for children where they can come and stay for free. You have some of those children almost living out of that home. All the rare diseases going on in Hawaii. Nobody's telling those children that, see, why? Get ready. Ronald McDonald House. They want you to stay at the local so you could stay and get worked on here, so the students of the university over here can work on your children like guinea pigs. Because dig this, that Ronald McDonald House is not free. And I believe in the mainland it's $45 a day. It's cheap as Motel 6, but for children in near the hospital. But in Hawaii, I believe it's like getting a hotel room. I believe it's closer to, it used to be $65 a day, but I believe now it's more like $100. See what I'm talking about? And you got to bring that poor little child all the way from Volcano, all the way from Waimea. And you know those parents ain't got that $100 a day. That's why you always see a GoFundMe, do this or do that. And those doctors are not telling them, oh, American Cancer Society can give you a free flight. Oh, there's Angel Wings. You would think with Hawaii being an island, there would be an angel flight service that were started. They did try to start and create it. It fizzled and fell flat, but they should have one. They should have discounted flights for disabled people that go inter-island, that come to Honolulu to go and see their doctors, because there are not doctors. There's a shortage of doctors here, so they cannot get them on the inter-islands. Hawaiian should be offering that to them, but they are not. And why not? They don't make a money. But if they drew up a nonprofit to go with their corporation, they could use it as a write-off. Oh, too much to think of. Oh, that's like doing good, right? That's like doing the right thing. No, that don't make money. Mm-hmm. I know that's right. They should be telling them and telling the children and telling the seniors and telling the people over here about NIH. That's why I created Rare Disease Hawaii. Because the ones that do get a hold of me, that do reach out to me, I let them know where to go to get real help. I go to the Global Genes meetings. I will call up a girl. I know that's right. Greed is dangerous. It is. It is because these people. They don't even know you can get a free flight to a hospital. And I tell them this. I tell them I can call up somebody at Raytheon or GlaxoSmith and get them a discount prescription form. I can do that. I know you want to hear this story too because these rare ones are rare, honey. I promised that last week, but I'm going to tell it this week. I had a man that had too much, not testosterone, but estrogen. So he needed testosterone injections, and they were starting to get too high for him. Now, dig this. He liked being bald. He has a very distinguishing feature on his face, but if I say it, it'll give him away, and when you see him in town, you'll be like, I know him. Okay, so I'm not going to mention him. But he came to me, and I took his prescription, and I was able to get coupons for him to take $20 off, because this is a prescription that started out when he was first using it for $20, and then all of a sudden it popped up to $100. They're doing that with some insulin, I hear now, making the price go out of this world. And $20 only knocked it down to $80, but it's better than nothing. That's why we need Medicare for all. Medicare for all. You think people are worrying about that? They're yellow vested, and they don't have to worry about that in France. They don't have to worry about that. They protesting over Brexit in Britain, but they don't have to worry about that. See, they can fight over the other stuff because they have the basic stuff. I don't care if that wait in line that they're complaining about is two months long. At least when they get it, it's covered. Hello, you heard that? It's covered. In Canada is it's killing people. Yeah, we need to. That the House Bill 676 and Jelapal is watering that down, and I don't hear AOC talking about hold on, stop. It's Senate Bill 1804, and they're even trying to say Bernie is behind this bill. I don't believe Bernie is behind this 1804 because it's 1804. What is 1804 doing besides replacing HR 676, which is Medicare for all, that's been around for 15 years? What it's doing is it's taking away the single payer portion of the HR 676. Bam! Jelapal, what are you doing? Even the National Physicians Organization has written her a letter to please leave that portion in there, because they are the original writers of the first bill, and they put it in there for a reason. So they don't have to be hounded by so-called sexy pharmaceutical reps that are willing to do anything just to get you to sell their pill. You heard about the lap dances, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they talked about that on Democracy Now!, how one pharmaceutical company was giving lap dances to doctors just to get them to prescribe their medication. You get rid of single payer, you get rid of those lap dances. Doctors get to do their jobs instead of running around getting boozed up by people trying to booze them up to make them not do their job but sell their pills. I worked at banks. I worked at credit unions. And what happened when I worked at a credit union? Yes, the doctors would come in with their pharmaceutical bonus checks. 200 here, 400 there, 1,000 here, 1,000 there. I'm not going to give it away. But, yeah. So, oh, they finished my live video on Facebook. Continue to experience issues. Try restarting your browser. No, honey, they were just tired of me talking about all that. Somebody, you know how Facebook is, honey. They're whack. So we'll just X them out anyway. There we go. Oh, so we're still on Facebook Live. No, we're not. So what? We're still on YouTube. All right. Yeah, hanging in there. Yeah. So it's horrible what they doing and the amount of greed that they have. And yeah, I was running late on my live stream because I was helping that person with stomach cancer. And it's amazing how many people do not know NIH exists to help them. And if they know about it, they think it's only for military or no, it's for everybody. It's for everybody. You just gotta get there. Wow. And universities have all kinds of stuff. And I try to make clinical trials available to people and let them know about clinical trials they even have over in Europe. Switzerland does a lot of clinical trials. France does a lot of clinical trials. And I don't see any in England, but I have seen some in Australia, and it's cancer, breast cancer for women over 45. I've seen clinical trials for prostate and colon cancers and the third and fourth stages. So don't think it's never too late to get a clinical trial, because a lot of people, I'm giving y'all some wisdom here, people. Now, listen to this. There's more clinical trials out there for third and fourth stage cancers than for beginning cancers. Like if you in the first or second stage of breast cancer, there's not a lot of clinical trials. But you in that third and fourth stage, there's a lot of radical clinical trials to try to save you, even for lung cancer. And yeah, people aren't aware. People don't know. That's why I do Rare Disease Hawaii, and that's why I created Feminist News Network, because I want people to get informed, to know what's going on, And one of my biggest videos is on Tarantos and their fake blood testing that was costing people their lives. They were promising people and made over $70 billion and only got fined like less than a couple of $100 million. And the woman denied it all the way to court. And there was 3 of them, and one of them sat next to me at a Global Genes event, and I put him on videotape, one of the CEOs of Tarantos, and I got him on video, and I show that at the end of the video. And this is probably why that video done took off, because, yeah, you can recognize him as one of the CEOs. And if you know who he is and know his voice, you go, why did he do that? Yeah, they were giving out fake blood tests that were sent in from Walgreens and other places, and they were hiring out of pocket to do the blood test. So they were claiming they had this miraculous new way of testing blood when really they were outsourcing. Ain't that ugly? And lied so they could get the business of Walgreens and CVS, and bragged about in their financial report that they had all these Walmart stores that they did not have. Mm, mm, mm. I know. Tarantos is ugly, shameful. I know that's right. Mm, mm, mm. I know. And there's a lot of them out there. There's more of them. They just haven't been caught, you know. And Elizabeth Warren acts like if you vote her in, she'll be the one that'll take care of it. But I see that you're out there, so tell me, who is your female pick for president? Kamala, Liz, or Telsey? Jill Stein said she's not running this year. I hope y'all know that. That's why I did have not mentioned her. Because if you're Green Party and you're thinking, why you're not talking Jill? They don't even have a pick for the presidential nomination for the Green Party. Jill Stein said in an interview with Laura Steiner that they have, yeah, there's no third party option yet. Jill said that they have to wait until the convention, and then they will elect and pick one. That's how they do in a real democratic way. Everybody just don't willy-nilly say I'm running and the best paid donor gets it. No. The Green Party is ran the way parties should be ran. Oh, yeah. Well, there ain't, I don't think no other women are going to come into the race. Oh, here's my Jamaican Yaman cup. I'm really into this strawberry tea. It's a Thai tea. You buy it in cans. It's awesome. I get it at Don Quixote's. But it's a Thai strawberry tea. It's like, I'm screw coffee. I'm into my strawberry tea. It's like strawberry milk for grown up because it gives you that caffeine punch. So, yeah, so Kamala, she's all establishment, but she is the DNC lead. That's their Hillary. Liz, the first one to come in, she's a little war hawkish and she won't let you know that. She won't let you know that at all. And guys, she's been around a while. Kamala's record. I'm thanks for talking to me about that. Now, Kamala's record as top cop and being paid donorship by the Geo Group at one time. Now she's claiming they're not giving her money. But she backtracked. She was for Medicare for All at this town hall meeting. But when The Intercept asked the aides the day after the town hall meeting, how is she going to promote Medicare for All? They were like, she's not really for that, and there's some other provisions going on. I gotta turn this off. All right. Now, yeah. So her not doing Steve Mnuchin and all that, that's gonna harm her too. You see, I'm trying not to get y'all to look at my crap. Okay, so yeah, she didn't take down Steve Mnuchin when she should have, and everybody was coming up to her with proof and stuff saying, yeah, we have that. We got the proof. Let's take them down. Oh, well, I don't think so. But yet and still, she would keep prisoners past their parole dates so she can keep them fighting for their lives, helping the fires for $1 an hour. Plus, Kamala Harris bragged about passing a truancy law to lock up parents. And you know, truancy is mainly done by the poor and working class. She's not the one. You can't even call her Kamala. That's the DOS way of saying it. She wants to be called Kamala. That's her Indian mama's way of saying it. And she practiced the type of Hinduism that believes in the caste system. Oh, she didn't tell you that? Like I said in my video, I ain't seen her at no NAACP meeting or gala standing next to men jealous. I didn't see her standing next to Obama at an NAACP meeting. But she's the establishment lead. Now, the only true progressive, the only female running, she always say women of color. What she needs to say is either African American or Latina or Muslim or Hindu. She needs to go there. Because if Telsey went there. Telsey said no matter if you were Asian, Hindu, black, or white, she can't say that. Kamala can't say that. Ugliness. Because I'm going to tell you, Telsey is the one, but she is being smeared by the political left and the 6 major established medias that are owned by oil companies and people like Jeff Bezos that do not want to see a corporate tax rate that AOC is providing to happen. They do not want to see an end to the endless war. And as a soldier, she is being totally disrespected by a group of people being told what she is for when they have never even seen real war. You know, I went there and off cuff on that, honey, because it is real. They are smearing her left and right. I'm trying to edit up the one that I'm working on, the latest one I'm working on her, being on Morning Joe. That old Botox ass Mika. You know, her father works for the IMF. She's an elitist in media. That's just like that old crow-faced white woman on MSNBC whose husband was the chairman of the Reserve Bank, Greenspan, married to Greenspan. Okay, let me say it like this. That journalist left MSNBC because he admitted he was tired of them propagating, holding up, and being all about war. And then you have Meet the Press or Talk to the House sponsored by BP, sponsored by Boeing, sponsored by Big Pharma. MSNBC, it's like, if you're not too old to know, or I got rid of, I'm going to tell you this, I got rid of cable television in 2013. I stopped paying a bill. I'm like, you want to pay me a month ahead? Have y'all noticed that about cable television? You got to pay a month ahead. Now, this is the question I asked cable television when I cut it off. And I didn't cut it off just because the news was getting bad, because I knew that. I had stopped watching news. I cut it off for this reason. I said now, because I always paid a month behind, because I felt, why pay a month ahead? I pay a month behind, then I'm right on time. I'm on that month. Right? So, I asked them, when people die, because you have millions, let me say, you have millions upon millions of customers. If they die, do you refund them or do you keep the money? They keep it. This is why any company you have that bills you a month ahead, just like Walmart has a third policy on its sales associate, you sign a form, and when you die during the time you're an associate of Walmart, you know they collect the insurance money on you. Do you know when Walmart came to town in Hawaii, that law did not exist, but they lobbied. See, this is a did you know? And see, you are the two lucky people from getting to find this out because they do this to every state. They lobbied to change the insurance law to allow third party insurance. What does that mean? Does that mean can I get a homeless man, have him sign a policy and collect on him? Yes, it does. Hello, that is the nastiest freaking law I have ever seen. And don't think people aren't doing that. Homeless people are the greatest here in Hawaii than Skid Row in LA. And don't think somebody ain't down and dirty enough to do this and get rid of homeless people. Walmart's doing it. They passed the law to allow it to happen. Then your friend dies at Walmart. The family's broke. There's no more of that $8, $10 an hour income. But they just got $100,000 off a policy. See what I'm talking about? Now talk about that kind of greed. Now that's greed. Oh my God. I know that's right. Greed. Okay, so I'm going past an hour. I want to thank y'all for being here. We're going to do this again next. Oh, look. You came too late. I'm ready to go. We just got finished talking about, Tulsi, Tisha. Yeah, Tulsi. She's the one. She'll break it down. And I haven't put it on video yet. Hold on. But this is what I'm going to do. She had an intern while she was a major that was a young black woman. And I got to talk to her off camera and on camera. And I'm going to put a video up on that. But Tulsi is the woman you exactly think she is. And every time I go to her office every year for rare disease, she has women running her office. She has a local island woman from the Big Island running her office. She has Steve and them, local Talkin, all local Talkin in there. She has a couple of little interns. They gotta take them. They have to take them. And AOC busted. They weren't paid. So the next time I go, I'm going to ask all these aides if they're getting paid. And then I'll let you know if Tulsi is paying her aides. See, this is the kind of information I'm going to give when I go to D.C. I'm going to give you the lowdown. I'm going to throw down and look. I'm going to break off from the pack and really get the scoops. Yeah. I'm going to let you know if she's paying your intern. Those interns. And then I'm going to break off and find Warrens and Kamalas and ask if those interns are getting paid too. See, we got to know about all of them. Because, AOC busted it out to the point where Pelosi said, I'm going to give mine as an honorarium. The highest donated paid damn person, not just woman, person in the Congress. And she ain't paying those kids. Ugliness. But yeah, I've been here for an hour and 30 minutes. Oh, well, it says an hour and 15. But after an hour, Facebook let me go. No, they said error. But But when the era was popping up, we were talking about Venezuela. I was telling the truth. Y'all didn't even see it. Where is it at? Where is it at? Oh, I'm going to get it for you. I was showing everybody how Venezuela is affecting you at home. You see what this is? This is normally a $6-7 thing of oil that is now a clearance for $2.99. That's how the sanctions are hitting here. This is your top grade Indy 500 Trans Am or Pro Am Tom Petty oil. Now $2.99 because they're discontinuing it and stop selling it out of the stores. And I got this $2.99 at the grocery store. That's cheaper than Walmart. Now you got to deal with synthetic oil, Quaker oil. You can't get the good stuff. Trump won't let you have it no more. They got to stop selling it. They're forcing it out of the stores. So, yeah, they're hitting Venezuela hard. They can't even make money in America. They don't want them to make money here. They're getting rid of the top brand, top name oil. And I went there to buy oil at the grocery store, which is your highest place to buy anything that isn't food. You know that, especially hygiene stuff. If you're a woman, you know that. Getting rid of it everywhere. That's how Venezuela is really affecting nothing but the poor people. And I was talking about how CNN had all those rich people with all that gold on and protested for that guy that 80% of the Venezuelans don't even know who he is. And they had beer bellies and man boobs. And, you know, to be suffering, they were suffering good. Oh, okay, Bubba. Yeah. See, I gotta go. I need to go ahead and take care of Bubba and let him out so he can run and chase cats around here. Yeah. So, I'm gonna come back next Friday. We're gonna cover all the topics like we did today. So, what topics did we cover? What did you miss out on? Black History Month and the new New York Senate bill for the Black History Bill, which should take fire everywhere. And we talked about rare disease, and I mentioned a couple of patients that I had, and I know you like that. I'll do another rare disease patient. I got a baby. I'll talk about it next week. See, you the two lucky ones that'll have this hanging until next week. I had a baby with a rare disease whose whole body would scab. Did you hear me? That whole baby's body was nothing but blisters. That's how rare of a skin disease that baby was. So the baby had to be gauzed up and wrapped up. And that baby won't live long. Wrapped up in gauze. Because its skin was turning inside out. He was scabbing up so much. It was horrible. And you come next week and I'll tell you what we did for that baby. All right? So I got to keep this lash on. Is it on? Okay. All right. So, yeah, we'll talk about how we cured and helped that baby. Because you know what? That was a military baby. And they weren't paying to take care of that baby. The military, you know Skye got on. You know Skye got on. What I need to do is tell more of those stories about how I set them straight. And I got plenty of them. I got one where I dealt with Barbie. And got on, even though I was in Hawaii, they added me to a board where they got the opinions of people for new dolls. And I got added to that because of my complaining. And I was able to change and add a doll. We'll talk about that too. I do it all the time. Bitch and complain. Bitch and complain. But that's how I got rid of they had a candy machine. You know how they have those candy for suckers and then they have little toys in them at the grocery stores? They had a Safeway grocery store. Safeway is based out of LA. And it had little keychains with little guns, and fake cigarettes and little knives. I'm like, get this the hell out of here. You know children is buying that shit. They ain't buying no, look, they don't need to have little toy knives and toy guns like they want to play like they're little damn thugs. You know I got that kicked out of that grocery store. And when I found how easy it was to bitch, complain, and get it done, oh yeah, I've been doing it. Yeah. That's real. I had to, yeah, in the grocery store in Hawaii. And dig this, it was across the street from an elementary school. You know I had to go there. You right across from an elementary school and you got a little candy thing selling little keychains with guns and knives and shit. No. I had to get rid of that. And once I got rid of that, I was on the attack for Safeway to get rid of all of them. And worked on that. So I'm going to leave you with that type of activism to let you know. Complaining can't get your way sometimes if you do it in the right way. Now, what I did was, I didn't go off black sister girl style, except to bring them over and talk to them more in a Mary Jane fashion. That intelligent, sassy black girl fashion. You know it. You've seen Mary Jane. You've seen that show. I'm like, really? Are you trying to kill the children? Do you want the children to buy these toys? That's how I came to them. And it worked. Because what I told them was, I'm like, it doesn't, you don't, you, now tell me what movie this is. Tell me what movie this is, because I use this all the time in my strategy dealing with people. I go, you don't want it to get out there that you're doing this. It could look bad for you. What movie is that? Tell me next week. Tell me next week. I'm going to leave you hanging on it because you know what movie that is. You know what movie that is. Okay. So, I'll catch you. Let me give you a freebie. I got Living Cheap Hawaii, so I always love to give deals and steals out too. Besides Feminist News, we all got to hang together and get those deals. Let me tell you about a quick deal. For the whole month of February, every Wednesday at a Oh, come on, boy. Okay, every Wednesday at a every Wednesday at a consolidated theater for Black History in History Month, they will be doing a markdown discount black movie. Go and see it. I believe there's Above the Rim, 2 Tupac movies. Okay, my battery's getting low. Above the Rim, 2 Tupac movies. Then Poetic Justice. Regina King being drunk on that is just too wild. You got to check that out. Yeah, it's hanging out in the post office van. And then Color Purple. And what is the fourth one? I said, I don't know if it's New Jack City, but I think it's New Jack City. Yeah, get your New Jack City on. Because that boys in that movie were looking fine and doing wrong. Now, what I think they should put up for one of those movies. Now, feel me on this. Set It Off. They should have did Set It Off. That was so true to nature for Queen Latifah until she felt comfortable acting in it. Then you could just see her doing it. Jada Pinkett, yeah, all right. So that, yeah, let's check it out. Why don't we do a girls movie one night and We'll start it, we'll set it off, and we'll do like have y'all heard of Theater 3000 where they watch a movie and it's nothing but comments? We'll do that. Let's do that live one time. Apparently I can't go that long on Facebook Live, but I can on the regular live. And you know what? I don't have 1,000 views. They can't unmonetize me. So with our cute little crew like we are, yeah, exactly. With our cute little crew like we are, I can show you that movie and we can watch it on time. They ain't gonna catch us. They ain't gonna cut you off in the middle of the movie. Not when you're showing it live. I know that's right. So we can do that. Let's you know what? We'll do that. Well, I'll still do live Friday, but we'll pick a date like on a Sunday. Nice slow day. Um Shoot, let's do it let's do set it off on the 17th. How about that? Let's do it on the 17th. And you know what? I'm not going to publicize this because of what we're doing. But if people come live next week, we'll tell them about it. We'll tell them about it. Yes, I know that's right. All right, sugar boo. I know that's right. So, all right. All right. So let me say my little closing line because you got to remember in this era of hate, you must participate because I know. Okay. So in this era of hate, you know, you got to participate because if you don't, it will and can determine your fate. And that's why you got to make it great. I know that's right. Thanks for liking that. All right. Got one good like. And I'll catch you next time. Next Friday, live. Peace. And hasta mañana. And Sasa. All right.